Tiffany Haddish was there, Jay-Z was there, and we know that Beyonce was there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the culprit was also there, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't know who they are yet. But we will find out. We have suspects. All right, so welcome to another week of Ghost in the Scene, the only podcast that is completely ghost free, guaranteed. I'm your host Gio with my co-host Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hey, Joe. We're just here to remind you this is 100% ghost-free programming. So stick those earbuds in those canals. It's going to be safe. We're coming at you ghost-free. So, but we are talking about ghosts. So just be aware that whenever you do talk about a ghost, ghosts sometimes appear.
Mm-mm.
So this may seem like a contradiction, but it's not. All
It's
right.
not. It's simply not. Because think about it this way. If you are constantly bombarded by ghosts without knowing it, at least now you are aware and are able to kind of shoo them away with holy water, with crosses, whatever you have. And now that you know, and now that we've given you the tools to do that,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like leading a horse to water, and then they learn how to drink. Like they say that you can't teach them to drink. Well, this time you can, and we
And
are
what beautiful
teaching you.
horses. What beautiful horses you all are.
Yes,
You're getting stronger each day. We
mhm,
got Mark the Horse Luffler still out there.
that's right.
Word is on the street is that he's out, and we're hoping to hear from him soon. Get a
Um,
status report.
he's been bouncing from motel to motel, um, not really being able to use the internet as much. He's been using different IPs, contacting us in small notes, pigeons. People on the street have been passing notes to us, so we know that he's out there. It's just a matter of when he pops up, what he has, and what we are able to read. So everything's looking up, and of course, the horse squad is with Mark. Mark and the horse squad are out there running the streets, and they're running them in a stampede formation. But this week is about a current event. This is about something that is happening right now. Global news. Beyonce has been bitten by somebody
Or
or some.
something.
Yes. Thank you, Rob. Because we cannot exclude something out there biting Beyonce. This world is larger than the human race, and people may believe that they are the singular focus of the world, but that's just not the facts. That there are ghosts that are more important than you is the truth, and I'm sorry,
And
but
just take this into consideration too. Beyonce is a queen. You don't know, no mortal can truly approach her.
mhm,
All right, so just let that sink in.
yes, and so we're going to, but before because now I've been taking a night class. It's deep mathematics, and it's only taught at night because we only learn when the moon is out. That's something you learn in deep mathematics. So the one thing that we've been learning is that you have to put everything into an equation. So here's what we know. Okay, Tiffany Haddish plus Jay Z plus Beyonce plus an X, somebody who knows. We're out there and X bites Beyonce. So let's take out Jay Z and they cancel each other out. Tiffany and Jay Z, they don't exist in this story. It's just one person and Beyonce. We don't know anything about this person, and we supposedly know who Beyonce is. But I'm going to posit that we do not know who Beyonce is, or that the public does not really know the true Beyonce. Rob, what do you
And
think?
I mean, this really goes back to, it's your film history, people. This is back to Beyonce's debut to the whole world.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, this is the world famous Austin Powers 3 Goldfinger.
Yes. Well, it's called Ghostmember, and I believe it should be called Ghostmember. Okay? This movie, it's called Goldmember because it is about a man who has a gold penis. It's a little bit blue. It's kind of tacky and it doesn't really hold up as a joke. But I believe that there is something deeper in the story that accounts for why it's called Goldmember. And it's just that it's the tacky joke that, is for the masses, but the reality kind of hides the origins of Beyonce. So this is her first movie, like Rob was saying, and it is a doozy. I would like to talk about this movie a little bit in depth. I have a clip for you if you want to watch that. But is there anything you want to talk about this movie before we get started, Rob?
I mean, yeah, it's exactly what you said. You know, this movie, Goldfingered, is just a very crass and raunchy film. It's just this wild time. And then this is our first time that we meet Beyonce, or as she's known in the film, Foxy Cleopatra.
Mm-hmm. Cleopatra, everybody. Okay, Cleopatra. Don't forget about Cleopatra. How old is Cleopatra? History doesn't know.
Ageless.
Exactly. And some people might say that Beyonce looks ageless. And her last name is Knowles, which is almost like no less.
She knows less.
Well, she knows something, but she says less about what she knows. She's a woman of many secrets. And I want to show you this because and also she's a woman of many talents because I want to exhibit some of her talents. She is an actress, a singer, a mother, and it's a hard life being in the spotlight your entire life since I think she was like 16 or something. But she has had
16, so they tell us, Gio.
16, but who knows what year she was 16. She could have been 16 in 16 BC. Who knows?
Does Beyonce? I think she does.
Oh, she knows, and maybe Jay-Z knows. But the thing is, I believe some people on the set of the Austin Powers movie were in the know because I think this is a reason why they chose her to be Foxy Cleopatra. So this is a clip from the movie. It is Austin Powers and Goldmember. It is the initial shot where you see Beyonce, and it is kind of horrifying. So let's get started.
It's a bright light.
Wow. You see that? Hold on real quick, guys. If you didn't see, because obviously this is a podcast for some people, but we are showing a clip where you see a car materialize out of thin air in a puff of smoke. Everybody looks through the windows and sees a man in a beautiful like linen coat, fur coat, with a beautiful hat, and he comes in with a cane, and everyone's dancing. Okay, that's where we are right now, and he looks like a ghost. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, here's Beyonce. Solid ghosts.
Solid ghosts, baby.
So solid ghosts. Okay? She says silent and solid ghosts. So I want to take you to another portion where she shows off her talents.
I mean, this is just one very bold debut to be, so outspoken. Most actors need to get 2, 3, 4 films before they really start to talk about the ghost machine so openly.
Mm-hmm.
And to display all the different talents. But this is number one, Beyonce is doing it all.
Exactly.
And I think that's by no mistake because she is no newbie at this point. She's been on the scene for millennia at this point,
Yes. And
waiting for
so
her moment.
and this is just the perfect time to hit the culture with her presence on a screen. And so she exhibits some of her talents, and this is one of her talents that she doesn't really show very often to the public. And so I'm going to show you guys, but for the podcasters, I'll explain it to you as soon as it's done, because it's going to sound like a normal conversation, but in reality, it is much more magical than it seems. Okay, here we go.
Austin Powers.
I'm sorry?
You got a lot of nerve dragging your job white ass in here.
I don't believe we've met.
Wow.
It's me, Foxy. Foxy Cleopatra. Long time no see.
Possessing him.
Stop. We can't be seen talking to each other. You did? I'm using this cat as a distraction.
I get it. Yes, very clever.
It's his lips move, but I see her voice. I hear her voice. I see his lips move. How is that possible?
It is.
It's anything other than
power.
possession.
She possesses him in a way that makes it so that he moves when she moves, and she speaks through his voice. It's something so amazing. So that is just one thing that she's doing that is beyond the pale of humanity. This is something that is extra human, supernatural, paranormal. I don't know. So we will keep on going down the list of who she is. Okay. This was her first debut into movies, but it was not her last. Hold on. Let me just adjust this real quick. Okay. Back at it. So what else was she in?
She was in that Yellow movie, right?
Yes. Okay, so before we go for any further, let's get back to Goldmember, okay? So, Goldmember.
I think it was Gold-Fingered.
Gold-Fingered. Gold-Fingered. She was a very important person. Fox Cleopatra. Somebody as old as time. And yet something kind of like took the eye of some kind of Hollywood producer. And it didn't happen for many years. But they took this regal princess, right? Fox Cleopatra. And they said, we're going to make you into something more than human. We saw what you can do. We saw your powers. Now we're going to make you something more than human. And this is kind of like a Wolverine origin story from here on out. And it gets a little bit weird. But this is the origin of Beyonce that I believe no one is willing to talk about. Okay. So first, now we know about Beyonce. That is, before we go deeper into that, we'll talk about first, just as a face value, that's Beyonce. Now let's get into who is the biter, right? The culprit. Who could it be?
I mean, that's why we're all here, folks. I mean, we need to know who's doing this to Beyonce, the queen of the Nile.
Exactly. So we're going to find out very, very soon because somebody has already come out and apologized. It is the actress Sarah Michelle Gellar of Buffy fame, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's probably around the same age as what Beyonce says her age is. So it stands to reason that they would be in contact. People of the same age, they talk to each other. And it could be that Buffy the Vampire Slayer has been bitten by a vampire and she bit Beyonce. And there is photographic proof that this is true. And I don't want to scare anybody, but I am going to show you for the viewing audience really quick. And for the podcasters out there, I just want you to imagine Sarah Michelle Gellar with vampire teeth veins coming out of her ears and black eyes as dark as the night, and then a Beyonce exposing her long neck, and it's like ripe for the picking. It's like an apple that is ripe for the picking, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to bite into that neck. It's terrifying.
It's a really interesting like evidence and
Mm-hmm.
frightening, but no doubt. But I don't know. I feel like I gotta call it into dispute a little. It looks a little photoshopped, Geo, as if someone just placed these photos next to each other. But what I think is important, and the important takeaway is the idea of some paranormal creature like a vampire biting Beyonce in the face. Now, if that happened, Beyonce would be a vampire. And I don't know if there's evidence of that, but I think there is evidence of Beyonce shape-shifting in the near future for her newest title, The Lion King.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right. Sarah Michelle Gellar is the Slayer, and she can never be bitten by a zombie or by a vampire. So not only am I wrong in that regard, I'm wrong in every aspect. I'm so sorry.
I mean, no,
Gio,
I mean, Gio, I mean, I think that was like some really important information because I didn't really think of it in those terms before. But, look at the form. I think that's the important thing. Look
you're
at the
right.
form that Beyonce is taking. She is about to take the form of a lioness. Because as we already discussed, these Disney films, that's not fun and messing around. This is real.
This is real life.
This is real life now. And so Beyonce is actually turning into a lion. So, ipso facto, there must have been some sort of were-lion at that party.
I understand what this is. This is Disney putting her through like a acting school, but since they take it real, it's like they made her, maybe against her will, they paid a were-lion to go to a party and to bite Beyonce in the face so that she can turn into the were-lion and act in the Lion King. If this is true, there's two things that are true. If this is true, one, it's going to be one hell of a movie. Okay? Because she's going to be acting in this role from now until the movie comes out. That's a lot of time to act as a lion. She's going to nail it. Number two, this movie will take the souls of every child that watches it, and that's a fact. I'm sorry to scare all the audience, all the children that listen to our show, but your life is in grave danger when you watch these kind of movies, because you have to think about what people behind the screen are sacrificing. Beyonce had to get bitten in the face to play Nala. Okay, before they did the drawings, no one had to do that. It was just ghosts making the movies. But now they're sacrificing human souls for the masses.
And we already know that Disney is the most notorious soul hoarder out there. That's why they made that big vault to store all the ghosts that they catch, and they put them right in there, folks. That's what makes it so valuable. And that's why everyone in Hollywood is clamoring to break it open, because they want the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
They want to spread them out, and Disney keeps them locked away. So they may fool you sometimes and present things that seem to not have ghosts, but really their true agenda is to take your soul and to take you as their ghost. So be careful.
Yes. And this is all about who you become when you are working for Disney. People, they take it different ways. Some people, they become Avengers, superheroes, right? They sacrifice themselves in ways where it looks totally badass, and they punch bad guys and whatever, right? But then other people, they have to deform their bodies, turn themselves into animals, and act. John, okay, this was something that I wasn't going to bring up, but I have to talk about it. If we're going to talk about the Lion King, it's almost sacrilegious to ignore the fact that was already a movie with animals, and a lot of people, a lot of good people were turned into animals, were creatures for that movie. The Disney, The Jungle Book. Jon Favreau directed a movie called The Jungle Book, and all of these animals were humans, and it made a lot of money. And of course, Disney realized they're gonna do it again, and they did it to Beyonce now. So not even the
If she
queen of
doesn't win the best actress this year for
yes,
everything that she's going through, that's I will be astonished. I'd have to boycott the whole event. I'm probably going to boycott the Ghost parade that is known as the Oscars
of
anyway.
course.
But I mean, there's no one more that's going to be more deserving than Beyonce through the physical labor that she is putting herself through, and emotional as well. I mean, to be a lioness, it's going to be spectacular, and in the truest sense of the word.
That's right. And so, but also you have to consider that this is the kind of stranglehold that Disney has. The goddess and queen of time herself, Cleopatra, Foxy Cleopatra. She has, who knows how old she is, who knows how many powers she has, right? She could be, you know, the mother of Jesus. I don't want to say it, but she could be. I don't want to say, I mean, maybe. And here's the thing, even Disney can deform her visage and turn her into a lion at their will. They can make her do whatever they want. Is it something in the vault? Is it something that Mark knows, that the Horse Squad knows? I don't know until we find out. But frankly, the fact that Beyonce is now a part of this puzzle, it just makes me a little sad because I didn't think that she was going to be brought into this. I thought that she was above all of this, and yet Disney has brought her down, along with Donald Glover, along with I think Key and Peele, maybe John Oliver, Seth Rogen. All of these people are going to be turned into animals, so you can expect. And since they're not all as famous as Beyonce, their biting stories probably aren't going to get any traction. But if you look in TMZ, if you look through all of the dirty rags, all the newspaper rags, you'll find that each of these people will have a story where they got bit by something or someone.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to happen. I'm going to predict that right now. Guaranteed it's going to happen.
I mean, be careful when you go out to see this movie. Do so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't people from safe be aware. Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. He's cutting off. Hold on. Hold on, Rob. You're breaking up. Breaking up big time.
I'm
Hold on. Still breaking up.
oh,
Whoa. Is he back? Not yet.
something. I
He's almost back.
I think I just my fingers are. I can feel it. You see that, Gio?
What's happening to you?
You can hear me clearly now, right?
Just about, yeah.
Yes, then it's working. Yes, I can feel it.
Whoa. Something happened to your hand.
Ugh.
Oh my
Ugh.
God.
Okay. Wow, that was really intense.
What kind of power gloves are those?
I don't know, Gio, but I think I just stuck my hand into the internet.
Oh my God. Rob, breaking news podcasters. Rob went and glitched and found a way to get his hand inside of the internet.
Yeah, I was getting some serious reads from the Ghost team, and my all the usage, all my alarms started going off, and I knew I was bracing for
Uh-oh.
some explosives. Channeled something, and that happened. My hand just started to glow, and I just reached up.
The
Poor
hack,
Gio.
the hack is not over, Rob. You are still getting hacked.
Ah, it is, and if I was just feeling, if I could just a little bit more rest, I
Exactly.
get. That was very intense. My hand is on, but for a brief moment, I reached it, Gio.
He went into the
I
internet.
reached it.
Wow.
Gio,
Guys,
this can be ours.
this is a new form of investigation. You reach into the internet and you take the information that you want. It's beautiful. Okay. Are you back? I don't know. Are you frozen? Possibly. Definitely frozen. Oh, wait, there you are.
I'm just, I'm, I got the go right now. It's something.
Oh my gosh. Of
I'm sorry.
course.
I just don't feel well. I'm trying as best as I can to fight this, but
I
they are being
understand.
ruined.
I understand.
Honestly, really intense with my hand there, but
Wow.
I'm doing my best to stay on the line.
Okay, well, I'll close it out just by saying that Beyonce Knowles knows more than she is saying, and maybe for a good reason. She may be protecting people in certain places, people in her life that she loves, and for that, I say you keep on going and supporting the people that you love, Beyonce, and I will keep your secret safe with me and my Ghost in the Scene community, and hopefully after this movie comes out, you do not get contracted with any more Disney movies, and you can finally get rid of what happened to you. Real quick, before we leave, I just wanted to bring up something. This is about like we said, this is history. You have to look back at all the times in the world when they used were lions, and there was one time that I could think of that was so significant. It was in one of the first movies that was ever colorized. It was the role of the Cowardly Lion. So I'm gonna end just by showing an image, and this is just gonna be just so stunning to all of the viewers, to all the listeners. Just Google an image of the Cowardly Lion on Google or Bing, and you could see for yourself what we're looking at. It is a were lion. They didn't have the word for it back then, but this is definitely what they were talking about. So this is what they're going to turn Beyonce into. And she's going to look more beautiful because obviously this guy's a coward and cowards are ugly. And Beyonce is going to she's Nala. She's going to be the what is it? Queen eventually. So princess at first and then queen. So she's going to look beautiful. But this is what they're going to make her. And so we cannot let them do that to other people anymore. They've already done it to her. The bite already happened. But now we could all say no more. Never again will Disney bite another person. So with that, I will say take it easy. Have a great week. Stay in the scene. And keep those eyes on the screen. If you see something, say something. Stay extreme. And God rest your soul. Sweet dreams.